So I'm about to lift this up and it will literally look like shit. So let's put stuff back in the boxes. So, you know, we can do the aesthetic as we should do because, you know, we're all YouTubers here. I've upset Fred. He's decided to go and explore the floor, which he really shouldn't be doing. Hi guys, welcome back. You'll notice I'm in a little bit of a different setting. I'm still in my office, but that half of my office, which is the half I usually film on, does not currently have a floor. So yeah, we're a little bit different today, but it's fine, we'll cope, it's good. Anyway, yes, welcome back. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and as promised, today is going to be a bit of a review, like a hit and miss, on the Zoella Colourpop collab that came out earlier this month. It took around 2 weeks to get to me, but I got it on Thursday. I have been testing it out every day since then. I am wearing the products on my face today and I have some thoughts. So we're going to go through this. I'll kind of give you my hits and my misses, the products that I absolutely loved, the ones that I'm not too bothered about. I think you can kind of give them a miss if you can buy them separately, which I'm sure you can. And yeah, we'll go through all like the info and everything from there. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you do. Don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. And throughout April, I'm going to attempt to do a video a day, Monday to Friday. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, without further ado, let's talk about these products. Okay, so let's just kind of get through some basic info right now. So you can order the collection from the Colourpop website. If you are in the UK, because Colourpop obviously is US based, you can still have this delivered. Obviously I'm in the UK. If you spend over $50, you get free global shipping, which trust me is easy to do. And if you are looking to get the whole collection, you can buy it all together with the bag as well for around $85, which I think is about £70 if my conversions work. They might not, I don't know, I'm not an expert. So I think that's around about how it works. And again, if you do get it shipped to the UK, instead of paying customs when it comes through and when it gets delivered, you just pay the VAT right at the checkout, which is about $12. So it's not too bad, and actually you end up getting about 13 products for that price, which is really, really good value. Again, including the bag, which you can also buy separately. The bag I wasn't that fussed about, but I've already used it this weekend. It's really, really handy. You can get so much in here, it's insane. I feel like this is going to become a bit of a travel staple. But yeah, but this is the collection. It's all themed around brunch and brunch dates and everything like that. It's all very, very cute. I mean, if you guys follow Zoella or like her, you know she doesn't really do packaging by half. When she picks a theme, she goes whole hog, like she's got a whole book about it. So you kind of always knew the packaging was going to be on point and super, super cute, and it absolutely is. A little bit kind of young, but that's kind of her, I think, in terms of like what she generally goes for. Or like her target audience is generally a bit younger. But I mean, it's cute. It's not my favourite packaging in the world, but it's cute. So I'm going to do this in like, I guess, the order that you would put it on your face. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do it in the order that I put it on my face. So first up we have the blush. Now I haven't used any of their pressed powder face products before. I've used the pressed powder eyeshadows, but other than that I haven't used any of their pressed powder products. So I was quite excited to try the blush and also the pressed powder highlight from this collection. I was very intrigued, very excited. So the blush is called Soulmate, and it comes in this little compact, again kind of charged. It looks a little bit like Polly Pocket, I think, but packaging is packaging. It gets a lovely great big mirror in here, which is super handy, and it's this really pretty peachy blush. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the blush because I've definitely been going for more neutral peachy tones lately, but it is very, very pretty. It does suit me, I do like it. I think as soon as I get a little bit more tanned, it probably would be a little bit too pink for me, but right now it's actually working quite well. I would definitely prefer something a little bit peachier. That's just my personal preference, but the blush itself is a very, very pretty blush. The formula is amazing, as most Colourpop formulas are. It's really good, it's very creamy, it blends very nicely, it's got the right amount of pigmentation and colour to it, so that's really nice, and it wears really nicely as well, blends out beautifully. So I do like this, and I have been using this. I do quite like the blush colour. As I said, it's not my personal preference. I do still prefer something a little bit more neutral, but I have been wearing it, I have been enjoying it, so it might bring me back to that pinkier side of things. And if you do like a pinky blush, then this is a really, really nice one, and one I would definitely recommend because the formula is on point and the colour is very, very pretty. So I do really like that. This is probably the one product I was kind of thinking out of everything I would dislike the most, but I actually really like that. That one surprised me, so I was very happy. So talking about the highlight, this is something I was very, very excited to try because, as I said, I haven't used their pressed powder highlights before. You guys know I use the Super Shock, Super Shock highlight on the cusp pretty much every single day, and I love it. So I had high hopes, and the colour is called Swipe Right, and in the pan it looks like a very, very pretty kind of golden champagne shade, which is right up my street for a highlight shade. But I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this highlight. I am wearing it today. I love the depth of highlight that you get. I love that it's more of like a metallic finish rather than a glittery finish. I love the formula of it, and I really like kind of how that highlight looks on my cheeks in some lights. In other lights, this has a really obvious pink cast to it, which I am not a fan of. In most lights when you hit it, you're probably not going to be able to see it very well from here, it just looks like it's just a lot of pink glitter, which I'm not a fan of. I don't really want a pinky highlight. I wanted a champagne-y, goldy highlight from this. So I was definitely disappointed by the shade of this. It's not my favourite shade of highlight. I really won't be picking it up that much. The formula is great. I really, really like the formula, so I would definitely try a different shade of this. I've heard really great things about the Hello Kitty one, I think it is. That's called, like, I've heard some really great things about some of their other shades, but this particular shade, because of that pink cast, it's just a complete miss for me. I really don't like that. But the formula is great, but that's more on kind of Colourpop. But yeah, personally, I don't really like the colour of that highlight. I don't like the pink cast. It's just not my kind of thing. I don't like the whole duo chrome colour kind of thing. It's just, I don't like it. Kind of like the big daddy of the collection. It is the eyeshadow palette, so this is just the Brunch Date Pressed Powder Palette. I have a few thoughts on this. So, you guys know I love Colourpop eyeshadows. They're some of my favourite formulas. They're pretty much, those and Urban Decay shadows are kind of the only ones I really wear now. I do really like the colourways in this palette. I do really like the palette. The formulas are there, it's pigmented, it lasts really well. I think this is a really good palette if you do prefer more of like your kind of natural everyday makeup, because you can create like that with this palette, but then you can kind of bring it up a notch if you want to by using some more of like the pinky plum shades or that gorgeous blue. It's a very, very versatile palette, and I think it's a great one to kind of have in like your everyday drawer or like go away with you and things, because you can create so many looks from it. Here's just a couple of my thoughts. For some reason, I don't think the formula of this is up to the same standard as the other palettes. Not in terms of like when you apply it, because when you apply it, it's still amazing, like it's pigmented, I love it. So there's nothing wrong with that. But the amount of kickback you get from the matte shades in this is a lot more than in my other palettes. And like I did it and I was like, I don't remember getting that in the others. So then I was trying the other palettes and I was like, no, there's not a lot. There's a little bit, but not a lot. So I don't really know why that is. But when I was using maple syrup this morning, just so much of it came out. And I don't really understand that. And you can see how much has already gone over like the packaging and the mirror. It's kind of very messy. That I'm a little bit confused about. I don't quite understand why the shades in here have so much more kickback than the other palettes that I have. I'm a little bit confused by that. But as I said, in terms of like pigmentation, in terms of blendability and putting it on the eyes, it's beautiful. It's a lovely, lovely palette in that respect, and I do like the colours. I just don't quite understand where all this kickback is coming from when I haven't had it from my other Colourpop palettes. That's just a bit weird for me, but I do love this palette and I do think I will travel with it. I feel like I will use it a lot. I love the shades. I used French Toast with Sunday Funday yesterday, and I'll put like a picture up now, because then I also used one of the Supernova shadows as liner, and that was stunning. Like I loved that look, and those two colours together are beautiful. Maple syrup is like the perfect transition shade for me. I've been wearing that a lot. The moisture is a little bit too warm orangey toned for me to use as a transition shade, so I haven't used that one too much. Skinny Latte is what I have over my lids today, and then I've just topped it off with one of the Supernovas. That's really pretty. Sunny Side Up is a really nice inner corner highlight, but it's a little bit too dark for an eyebrow highlight, but inner corner is perfect. Champagne Toast is very nice. Champagne Toast reminds me a lot of Ray from the Disney Designer palette, and that's another thing. That is very much like Ray from the Disney Designer palette. Sunday Funday is very much like Enchanted Rose, not quite as pigmented as Enchanted Rose, but very similar. and Extra Slice, which is a brown with gold glitter through it. That is identical to Beast from the Disney Designer palette. So a lot of these I kind of looked at and be like, I feel like I've seen these in another one of their palettes before. And it's not like I have all of their palettes, I have 3 other palettes of theirs, so, you know, take or leave it. I feel like I'm ragging on this palette and I'm not. I do really like the palette. There's just a couple of little things where I'm like, well, that looks very similar to something from another palette. The entire palette itself looks very, very similar to the KKW Mario, or I think there's a Kylie palette that also looks very similar in terms of the colourways. But the colours are beautiful. The blue I keep using, like I've used a couple times on my lower lash line, and it's really, really pretty, and I'm really excited to play around with that a little bit more. So yeah, the colours are there. I really, really like the shades. I do love that there is a mirror in here. I have to say, I love the fact that there is a mirror because that isn't a standard on Colourpop palettes. So I do like the palette. The colours are nice. I really enjoy using it. I do think it's going to be kind of a staple. It's going to stay in like the top of my kind of eyeshadow drawer because I do really like it. Okay, so let's move on to the Group Hug Supernova Shadow Bundle. So it comes in this little orange carton, which I think is really cute. I don't know if you can get these separately or if you can just get these as part of the bundle, but these are basically liquid shadows, and I've tried the Supernova formulas before and they're really, really good. I love the formula of these. They are beautiful, and you get 2 in here. They do look very, very similar here, and when you swatch them, they're not identical. OG, which is this one, yeah, is kind of a lot more goldy. It's a lot more, there's a lot more glitter in OG. It's kind of like a pinky rosy gold. It's very, very pretty. I do like that one. That's what I've got on my eyes today, just as a topper. And then we have Bellini, which is much more of like a highly pigmented metallic kind of rosy gold. Again, stunning, and this is what I used to create the lines on the look that I'll put on the screen right now. They're very, very easy to work with, very easy to blend out. The formula of these is beautiful and the shades are stunning as well. Do you need both of them? No. No, of course you don't. I mean, I'm happy I have both of them. You don't need both of them. I think it depends on what you think you would use them for. If you want something that is going to be a really nice topper to some eyeshadows, add a little bit more glitter and a little bit more glam, then OG would be right up your street because it's very, very nice for that. It's very glittery, very glam. You can use it on its own or you can use it as a topper. It's up to you. If you prefer something a little bit more metallic and you want to use it as like the actual physical colour, then Bellini's going to be more up your street. They're both very, very nice. I highly recommend them both. I really, really like these shades, and I've got a lot of wear out of them just from like the past few days. I think they're very pretty. Like I said, OG is a lot more glam. Bellini, I think, you could make it a lot more wearable throughout the day, but they're both very nice. As I said, do you need them both? No, of course you don't, but I highly recommend them both. I think they both have some great uses, and for me, this is one of my favourite things about the whole collection, these Supernova shadows in this little pack here. I think this is probably one of my favourite pieces. Okay, let's talk about these cream gel liners, and I am really on the fence about these. I'm confused about these, to be quite honest, because I've been using these every day since I've got them, and I don't know. These were so hyped before, like when she said she kind of brought these out, she's like, the formulas are great, they're really easy to use, they're really, really nice. So I was very excited, and I was also really excited because one of them is brown and I've wanted to try a brown liner for ages. I haven't done it. So there's 2 shades. You've got Sincerely Yours, which is a very kind of dark brown, but it's got like a little bit of, yeah, it's just a brown basically. And then we have XOXO, which is a black liner, but it actually has more kind of gold glitter running through it, so it makes it a little bit more kind of different to your usual black liners. So we have the brown, we have the black. There are the glitters. It's very, very fine glitter, so like when the light hits it right, you see it. Okay, so the brown one is the one I have been testing out the most because that was the one I was the most excited for. But I have to say, the brown one I found really hard to use. Whenever I've tried to use it, it's just tugged on the lash line. It hasn't like really kind of had much colour payoff. It just hasn't been very easy to work with or use. But using the black one today, I used the black one today for the first time, that glided on really, really easy and was very, very easy to use, very easy to apply, went over shadow really easily, didn't have any issue with it. So I don't know if I've just got a little bit of a duff brown one, I don't know, but then when you do it on the hand, it's fine. And I used the brown on the lower lash line today and that was okay. So I feel like what is happening with these is if you apply them onto either very light eyeshadow or no eyeshadow at all, then they work really, really nicely. If you apply them over the top of, say, the supernova shadows or like more layered shadows, so I've literally just got one, I didn't really take it over the supernova shadow today, I literally just put it over one of the metallic shadows. That was it, I didn't apply too much of it either, so I didn't really build it up or layer it. I feel like if you've built your kind of base shadow up, maybe with the supernova shadows, these don't seem to work as well over the top of them, they don't glide over the top. But yeah, I mean, I'll continue to play around with these and test it on like no shadow, different types of shadow, all of that kind of thing. But to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed by these. I was expecting them to be a lot better. I, at the moment, prefer the Rimmel Scandalised ones. I just feel like they worked across all different types of eyeshadows. They worked straight away. I didn't have to warm them up or anything. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about these. If you've used them and you found like a really good way to kind of make them work for you, then please let me know. But yeah, I'm a little bit on the fence. I'm a little bit disappointed about those. Okay, so last products. They're all in these really, really cute little milk jars, and these are the 3 lip bundles. So in each bundle you get a lip liner or a lippy pencil as they're called, and one of their ultra matte lips. The ultra matte lips I have tried, I really, really like. The lip pencils I haven't tried, so I was quite excited to try these, and they are probably one of my favourite things in the whole collection, the lip pencils. They are stunning. They are so creamy. They just glide. They're so pigmented, they're so creamy, they're so blendable, so easy to use. I'm very, very much in love with the lippy pencils. And the ultra matte lips I really like anyway, so I always knew I was going to like those. But let's kind of talk about the colours and do some swatches. So the first one that we have here is the Give Us the Goss Lip Bundle. So in here, this is what I'm actually wearing today. So this is more of like the dark kind of pinky red bundle. So we have the lippy pencil in Bossy, which I believe is one of their standard lip pencils anyway, but they've repackaged for this. Let's tear this bangle off and do it up the arm. So this is the very creamy, lovely pigmented pencil. I really like these pencils. I think these are actually probably one of my favourite things out of the whole collection. They're probably my favourite thing out of the whole collection. And then this is the Ultra Matte Lip in Self Love Club. As I said, this is what I am wearing today. I really like it. It's very, very nice. It's definitely more of like a kind of raspberry pinky red. It's not a true red, it's definitely more of a pinky red. But I like that it kind of toes the line, because I haven't been wearing pinks much lately. I've definitely been preferring reds, but I feel like that really suits me, especially with the blonder hair. I really like that. So that bundle is nice, and I do like the fact that she did a bit more of a bright bold colour, because the other 2 bundles are a lot more kind of neutral. So that is that one. The next one we have here is the What Happens at Brunch Lip Bundles. So in this one we have the Oh Snap Lippy Pencil, and we also have the Ultra Matte Lip in At Me. So this is the lippy pencil in Oh Snap. So it's more of like a mauvey pink nude, which you guys know I've always kind of loved. And then, why is the lid not staying on this one? I don't get it. Stay. And then we've got the At Me matte lip, which again is more of like a mauvey kind of pink. It's not an exact match to the pencil. The pencil's got a lot more kind of nude in it than mauve, whereas this has got a lot more mauve. So I'm not kind of sure what happened there, but I definitely put them in the right ones again, haven't I? Yeah. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Those don't really match to me. They, like, I still want them together and they go quite well. Why is that lid not staying on there? So yeah, for me, those colours do not match. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but I mean, you can still use them together, it's just not ideal. That Ultra Matte lip I would use with Soar from MAC rather than that instead, because that's definitely more of a nude. And then the last one we have is the My Day Ones Lip Bundle. So we've got the little one lippy pencil and the little one Ultra Matte lip. And this is just a very kind of brownie nude, which again I have been loving. So it's a little bit lighter than the Oh Snap lip pencil. And then this is the liquid lip. which is basically slightly darker than the pencil, but not by much, so that is a lot more of a better match, the little ones. And I do also really like those ones. I've worn those ones a lot. So that one, which is the little ones, and also Self Love Club and Bossy, which is the ones I'm wearing today, I've been very much enjoying. The other ones are nice, but I just don't feel like the pencil matched the liquid lip, which is strange for what the other ones do. That was just a little bit weird for me. Anyway, that is everything. So we have my definite hits. I love the lip bundles. I think they're great. In particular, they're my day ones, and the Give Us the Goss. The other lip bundle is nice, but as I said, it doesn't really match, so that confused me. I love the, especially the lippy pencils. The lippy pencils are amazing. I want to pick more up in different colours. I love the Group Hug Supernova Shadow Bundle. Both of those are beautiful. They're stunning. Really lovely. The cream gel liners, on the fence about. I'm not 100% sure about them. They just don't really, the black seems fine, but I don't know about those. The eyeshadow palette I do really like. There are little bits about it. There's a little bit more kickback than normal, and some of the shadows in here are very similar to some of their other palettes, but if you kind of don't have any other palettes, then it's fine. You're not going to compare that, and it's great. It's a lovely palette, and I do like it a lot. I do think I'm going to be using it a lot, and it is one I would recommend. And then we have the highlight, which you guys know I don't like. I love the formula, don't like the colour. I don't like that pink cast. And the Soulmate blush, which I do really like. The formula is really nice, the colour is very pretty, so that one I like as well. So yeah, most of the collection I do like, and I would say is a hit, and like some of it is like I would definitely recommend getting. It is a nice collection. I do really appreciate the fact that she's gone to town with the packaging. I think that's great, even if it is a little bit childish for me, but again, personal preference. But yeah, but that is everything. That is the collection. I am going to be doing a look with this collection in April as part of like my Monday to Friday everyday video, so I'll be recreating the one that was in the photo I showed earlier with that liner, because I really enjoyed that one. But yes, I hope you guys like this video. If you do, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday and Tuesday, and without further ado, I will go. So thank you again, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.